So now we have to talk about the crowd's favorite, who is Terrell. A lot of people have hit me up and said that they actually love Terrell. Welcome back to my channel. It's Alicia J. Armstrong here again. Welcome. Today we're going to discuss if my series was turned into a movie, who would I cast to play the characters? This video came from Kay Powell, and I will link the video that I watched here. But she said that if she was to turn one of her books into a movie, who she would want to play those characters. And so I thought that was a great idea to do. And so that's what we're going to get into today. So the series we have is Club XTC. And the first book in that series is Your Wish is My Command. Then you have The Politician. And then coming out on Christmas is Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe. And if you don't want to wait until Christmas, then you can go ahead and purchase the complete series on my website. That will be up on the screen or in the comments below. So you can have the full series here, Club Ecstasy complete series, if you do not want to wait for Christmas to just read Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe. But everything is going to be linked in the comments below. So for those who may not be aware of Club Ecstasy, then let me tell you a little bit about it. So it's about this guy named X, and he is the owner of this exotic club. It goes into his family, his wife Nina, their children, which can be found in The Politician. And it also talks about a Valentine's wish that he granted his wife that is discussed in Your Wish is My Command. And so also in The Politician, we discuss a politician named Peter and his running to become mayor. We get to know about his assistant, his wife, and all the twists and turns of how he correlates to the club with X. And so you also meet a guy named Terrell, who is X's cousin, and he is now head of security of the club, and more information on him is in Your Wish is My Command. And so Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe is a answer to the cliffhanger of The Politician. So after you read The Politician, you're probably going to have a lot of questions. And so Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe answers those questions. If I had the honor of turning the Club Ecstasy series into a movie, these are who I would want to play each character. So first off, we have X, obviously, right? He's the owner of the club. He is a lover boy. You know, you see how he interacts with his wife, Nina. You see he's a family man, how they have group activities with their children, but he's also a businessman. And you see that a lot in The Politician of how he conducts business when there is conflict in the business, and how he relies a lot on Terrell, his cousin, to be that strong arm for him. And so the perfect person that would play X to me is Jordan Calloway. So if you're not familiar with him, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people that's watching me probably already familiar with Jordan Calloway, he's played in Always a Bridesmaid, he played in Black Lightning, and he also played in Freakish. And he's played in other things as well, but these particular movies and shows stood out to me because in those, he's a lover boy. So in Always a Bridesmaid, he is the love interest of the main character. And you just see how he thinks of different things to be romantic with her. You see how he enjoys being that lover boy. And even in Black Lightning, even though he had powers and there was a little conflict, but his love interest, I can't think of the character's name at the time, but it was the daughter that had lightning powers as well. They were really cute together on screen, and it was just very romantic. And even in Freakish, even though that was kind of like not scary, but it was just kind of an interesting show, he still was the lover boy. And so Jordan Calloway would be the perfect person to play Xavier. So now we have Nina, which is X's wife. So Nina is a stay-at-home mom, but X give her leadway to make decisions when it comes to the club. And with Nina, she is over like the decorations, she's over the different events, she's over the naming of drinks when it's particular holidays. And again, all this would be talked about in The Politician. So Nina is the one that, even though she's loved by all and, you know, she is a family person, she still kind of finds time for herself. She still makes time for girls' time. And so the perfect person I believe would play Nina is, and hopefully I'm saying this name right, but it's Teyonah Parris. And I think she is just a phenomenal actress. I love her in Survivor's Remorse, but she was also in Dashing Through the Snow and No Good Deed. And in each of those movies and TV show, because Survivor's Remorse is a TV show and No Good Deed is a TV show, she's always like the doting wife. She's the supportive wife who gives her 2 cents, but also is that helpmate to her spouse. And that's exactly who Nina is in the Club XTC series. And so Teyonah Parris will be the perfect person to play Nina. So now we have to talk about the crowd's favorite, who is Terrell. A lot of people have hit me up and said that they actually love Terrell. Terrell is their favorite character, which is funny to me because he doesn't really have a main role, I would say, but his role is important and he does do a lot, especially in The Politician towards the end. You will see his role come about a lot. But Terrell is a ex-con, and I put quotation marks because when you read Your Wish Is My Command, you will understand why I put those quotation marks. But he's an ex-con and he's obviously Xavier's cousin, and because he got out of jail and obviously it's hard finding a job, that X gave him a job at the club, and Terrell is head of security. So he oversees the security, obviously, of the club, but he's also like X's right-hand man. X comes to him for some advice, for suggestions, and other things pertaining to the club. And so I believe, oh, also there's banter between Terrell and Simone. And I think that's what a lot of people loved as well, is the Simone and Terrell banter. And a lot of people is like, they want to see them get together because Terrell is in a poly relationship. But I think the perfect person to play Terrell is David Banner. David Banner, we know, is a rapper. He is an actor as well. He's played in a few movies, but David Banner gives this street cred. He's attractive. He is a lover person. Like, if you've seen some of those viral moments of David Banner when he's being interviewed, and he just has like the girl that's interviewing him all in her feelings because of how he just commands that attention, how he, you know, is attentive to you. That's exactly what Terrell is. Terrell is that hard person where you know not to mess with him, but he's not afraid to show his soft side. And I think David Banner does a great job of doing that when it comes to, we know, like, I don't think anybody would try to cross David Banner, but we know that when it comes to probably someone he's interested in, he's probably the most gentleman lover boy that you could ever meet. And so he would be perfect for Terrell. So I spoke about Simone. So next we have Simone, who is the assistant. I would say she's more, so she works for the club. She's the receptionist. So whenever you go past, whenever you check in with your card, you have to get to Simone, and Simone will either guide you to the room that you reserve or whatever have you, right? So she's kind of like the next step after you come into the club. But Nina uses her for, you know, setup, for decorations. And so Simone has different jobs or responsibilities within the club besides just being a receptionist, but she's sassy. She is quick with the mouth, quick with the tongue. She doesn't take no mess. She's sure of herself. And then in The Politician, let me show you. In The Politician, you kind of see her more of her personal life. We're introduced by her her roommate, and her roommate is Amber, which I will talk about next. But with Simone, you kind of see her dating and stuff like that. She's in the Your Wish Is My Command, but we don't go into details about actually her until we get to The Politician. So I believe the perfect person to play Simone is Regina Hall. I love Regina Hall. She is funny, she's gorgeous, she is quirky, she is all these different types. Like, she's played different types of characters and she embodies all of them. And so the ones that stuck out to me was About Last Night, Little, and Girls Trip. And the reason why I feel like she would correlate to Simone is because she has a smart mouth. She's not afraid to turn someone down, and she's always the life of the party. She gets things done, and that's exactly what Simone embodies. That's exactly what Simone is. You know, she's about her business. She makes sure that everything is, she's kind of like me in a way where it comes to type A personality, where she wants to make sure like everything is in order. If this customer signed up or is requesting this type of room, she's making sure everything is there and on point. So all that person has to do is just show up. If Nina gives her a task, she's making sure that that is done fully. In the book of The Politician, you'll see her decorate for, you know, some of Nina's suggestions. In Your Wish Is My Command, you'll see her decorate for Valentine's Day. And so it's just, she's very particular about what she's given, and she executes it well. I am really having a lot of fun doing this, just thinking about this series being turned into a movie. This is very fun to think about. This is very fun to plan. This planning process was a lot. And so hopefully you guys are having fun as well. So now we have Amber, and Amber is introduced in The Politician. Her main point of view is in the book. So in The Politician, you get Amber's point of view mainly, and of course the politician Peter. And so Amber is like I said, is Simone's roommate, and they're in college. They are about to graduate, and she's just trying to look for a job. You know, she's in a relationship and she's not happy in the relationship. And so Simone is trying to get her to work at the club, but Amber is more reserved, whereas we would say Simone is more free spirited. Amber is more reserved, right? But they balance each other out. And so so she's innocent. Amber is innocent. But I believe the perfect person to play Amber is Logan Browning. So she's a phenomenal actress. She always plays young characters, because I looked up her age and I was like, what? But she's like a grown person that can play a teenager, right? And so what stood out to me was Dear White People. I like that TV show. They need to do more, but it is what it is. But in there, you know, she's innocent, but she's smart. She kind of she leans on her friends a lot. She leans on her family, and, you know, she's tough on the inside. A lot of people overestimate her. And so that's the perfect description of Amber. Now we have Peter, who is the politician. And Peter is, like I said previously, he's running for mayor, and he's married to Brittany, and he is, you know, leaning on his campaign manager, Melissa, a lot. And so in this book, you see him go through the process of trying to run. He's trying to get his name out there. He's visiting different schools, different churches, and making different appearances so that people can vote for him. He is living, we'll say, a double life, of course, right? He's a politician. And you get to see that. You get to see the twists and turns with that. You get to see the breakdowns of that. And you get to see him somewhat get justice, depending on what you consider justice. And I will just say that in The Politician, I had got some backlash, not a lot, but some people felt that what was dealt to Peter was very harshly. Some people felt that it was way what he deserved. So let me know in the comments if you've read The Politician, if you felt like what happened to Peter was harsh, or if I should have did more with him. And then if you haven't read it, make sure you go read it so that you can know what we're talking about. But anyways, a best person to play Peter, I believe, would be Christian Keys. I love me some Christian Keys. Okay, so everybody knows Christian Keys, right? The writer of All the Queen's Men. He also starred in it. He is in Black Coffee. He's in Saints and Sinners. He's in Tyler Perry's stage plays. He is just an overall good actor, and all the roles that he plays are somewhat business roles, or he's always in a suit. Like when I think of Christian Keys, I always think of him in a three-piece suit. I always think of him conducting business. And that's the reason why I picked him for Peter, because obviously as a politician, you got to have some business type of mind. You have to be able to know how to speak to people. You have to be confident, and Christian Keys shows that through and through, whether it's through his acting, or even if you're fans of him and you're on his Instagram and you see when he goes live, or if he posts any videos of himself, or even when he's being interviewed, that confidence exudes off the screen. That business mindset that he has, it exudes off. And so he would be best to play Peter. So next we have Peter's wife, who is Brittany. Now Brittany, she is a consultant. She is a stay-at-home wife. She actually gave up her job so that Peter can run for mayor, but she does her business on the side. But she devoted basically her whole time, her whole life to Peter and in running this campaign. And I believe the perfect person to play Brittany is DeWanda Wise. Now she is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful actress. She was in She's Gotta Have It, the TV show. And the reason why I picked DeWanda is because she's very free-spirited as far as the roles that she played in this show, and she's reserved. So that's a lot like Brittany. She's reserved. Then as you see toward in The Politician, you see that Brittany does have a little wild side to her. She's not as reserved as you may think. And so I believe DeWanda Wise will be the perfect person to play Brittany, who is Peter's wife. This is our last character. How are we doing so far? You guys enjoying this? Am I picking them right? Let me know down in the comments. So now we have Peter's campaign manager, who is Melissa. Melissa and Peter go way back. And because when she found out that Peter wanted to run for mayor, she asked to be his campaign manager. And because he already knows about her, he knows the resources that she comes with, he quickly agreed. And so we get to see little clips of Melissa in The Politician. And this is interesting. I don't want to give too much away because I do want you guys to read the book if you haven't read it already. But I will just say, you know what? Let me tell you who I want to play this character and why, and then maybe that will give you some insight on who Melissa is. So the person I believe will be perfect to play Melissa is Gabrielle Union, right? We all know Gabrielle Union. We all know Gabby. We all love her. She is Dwayne Wade's wife. But not only that, she is an actress first. She's a mom, you know, and the movies that stood out to me when it comes to Melissa is Two Could Play That Game, Being Mary Jane, Breaking All the Rules, and The Brothers. So if you don't know anything about those I believe by now everybody should have watched those. But in there, she is the side chick. She's sexually free. She's fluid. It's kind of like another free-spirited person, but she is more so of a guy's girl versus a girl's girl, if that makes sense, right? And that's no shade to Gabrielle Union, because I believe she's phenomenal and she's an amazing, amazing actress. She was also in Think Like a Man and Think Like a Man too. She's an amazing actress, right? But for those characters specifically, for Two Could Play That Game, Being Mary Jane, Breaking All the Rules, and The Brothers, that would be perfect for a person like Melissa, because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away. I want you to read the series if you haven't done so. I would suggest just going ahead and picking this up, and I will send you all of the book swag that I had mentioned in my other video, which is how I personalize and package orders. If you buy a physical copy of me, you will get some good swag to go along with your book. But I'm also on Amazon if you want to do that route as well. But unfortunately, I'm not able to interact with you because I don't know who's purchasing, I don't know who's reading. So that's why I tried to funnel everybody to go to my website, because then I can personalize customize it. I can put my love and attention when I am packaging your orders. But this is it. This is it. These are the characters that I have for this Club XTC series. There's more characters in there, but these are the main characters of the series. And these are who I want to play if my series was ever turned into a movie. How do you think I did? Tell me. Who do you think is the best fit to play Xavier, Nina, Amber, Terrell? Who do you think would be a best fit? Did I hit the mark or did I miss the mark? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to thank you all for watching. This has been very fun doing. I might do this too. Well, I can't really do it for my other series, which is the Once Upon an Erotica Fairy Tale series. I can't really do it for that one because obviously those are already based off of known characters, but I did enjoy this. Be on the lookout for my writing slump video that will be coming out very soon. I am working on something right now, and so I can't wait to show that to you all. I know if you've been watching all my videos, I haven't really been diving deep into the indie author life of me because I have been in a writing slump, and I don't want to give you just half behind stuff. And so hopefully by me even making this video, it encourages me to give you all more of the life of a part-time indie author. And so I do have a video about how to get out of a writing slump coming up, and I'm excited to do that because I am in a writing slump right now, so that's going to help me to get out of it. And I want you all to hold me accountable as well. Put in the comments if you haven't heard from me about writing. Put it in the comments. Let me know that you miss it. Let me know that you're waiting on my next book, because that helps me. It pushes me and lets me know that, okay, people are actually wanting to hear from me. And so thank you all for watching. I'm rambling at the moment and I don't want to do that. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps me. That really shows me that I have a following and that people are interested in what I'm putting out. I'm taking my time to make all these videos and to make it as cinematic or as exciting as I can for you all. And so by your comments, by your likes, and by your subscription, and even sharing it with your friends and family, it helps me and it lets me know that, okay, yes, people are interested to keep going. I'm not necessarily concerned about monetizing because people are going to come regardless, right? And I'd rather interact with people versus just being monetized and nobody is interacting with me. So by all means, please comment, like, subscribe, and let's talk in the chat. Let's talk in the comments. All right, bye.